What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, John the Liquidator, up with y'all late tonight for another live, man. I feel like I don't ever go live, man. So I had a little time on my hands today. So I decided to go live, man. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. We got to talk about Shedeur posting a subliminal message on his Instagram, pretty much letting everybody know he's in the gym and he's getting ready for OTAs and he's getting ready to make a bunch of noise in the city of Cleveland. And if you're a Cleveland Brown fan, you should be very, very happy right now. Now, whenever y'all get into the room, man, shout out y'all city, shout out y'all state. Let me know where y'all checking in from. Be sure to like the live, hype the live. And if y'all new to the family, hit that subscribe button, dog. Now, with that being said, guys, we know that the Cleveland Brown media has been painting a lot of different narratives in the regards of Shador Sanders. We got several people to talk about on this live. One being everybody's favorite reporter, Jason Lloyd. Yes, Jason Lloyd has said another crazy thing on this damn internet. We got Tony Grossi backtracking from what he said last year about Shedeur, talking about he's turning the corner, shutting the door. He just done with it all. Shout out to you, Joanna Williams, checking in from Louisiana. We got Michigan, Atlanta, Georgia. Shout out them cities. Shout out y'all states, man. I'm going to try to go live a little more over here, man. I've been very, very busy with my other channel, and that's why y'all ain't really been getting a lot of videos from me. But I'm going to come back, man. The closer we get to the season, y'all know, when you independent, man, you got to work a little extra harder, man. If you guys have not heard, I started a third channel that is the Liquidator Report. We're trying to get that one up off the ground. That channel is the future of the John the Liquidator brand. I want you guys to go on over there, subscribe to the Liquidator Report. But y'all know, man, how we do it. If you've been rocking with me for 4+ years, grab your cups, put some ice in it, and we finna have some fun tonight, bruh. It's finna be one of them legendary live, raw and uncut. We gonna talk about what they scared to talk about, bruh. And I'm telling you right now, we got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about the Ty Simpson situation, because the way it's looking, Ty Simpson is possibly finna be the #1 overall pick coming out the draft. Yes, he pretty much is finna possibly steal the draft. We're gonna talk about that. And we also going to talk about what's going on with Dillon Gabriel. If you guys did not catch my video earlier, I made a profound video about Dillon Gabriel. Reports was coming out of Cleveland today that Dillon Gabriel and 2 other players, as of right now, is about to be gone off the books, bro, before week 1 of the NFL season. But definitely, shout out y'all city, shout out y'all state, man. Somebody said that shirt is hard. Bro, you already know how I'm coming. I'm different. I've been in this game a nice little minute. We different over here. You know what I'm saying? We real, hold your watches up, bro. We real different over here. Bro, I watch your videos every day, man. I appreciate you checking out the content, bro. I can't even lie, man. Everybody that watch my videos and been supporting me all these years, man, I wouldn't be nothing without y'all, bro. For real. Like the Liquidator brand is growing so much, man. And I can't do nothing but just say thank you to each and every last one of y'all that's been rocking with me since Colorado. And y'all truly changed my life, man. And shout out to all the new people, man, all the new people from Cleveland. I know a lot of people in Cleveland don't like me because I'm too real, I'm too uncut. But y'all football team be doing a lot of wishy-washy business. Quit doing wishy-washy business, and your boy John the Liquidator wouldn't go so hard. I come on here to tell the truth for the Shador Sanders fans. Because at the end of the day, wherever Shedeur go, I go. And so at the end of the day, too, bro, when it comes to y'all media teams and y'all different shows that y'all got, I'm not finna take off the glove and kiss no hiney. I don't care about none of them people, bro. Because at the end of the day, validation don't need no conversation, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm validated. You know? So the resume real long. So, like, we don't need none of them people over there. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm just one of them type of people. But I do want to let the Cleveland Brown fans know, y'all got to rally behind Shedeur. Y'all got to pull up and show the love. Call these people out on social media. The CU aunties and all of the people from Cleveland need to be showing up just like the CU aunties showing up. You know, like I know this y'all media, and I know they, do all these different things or whatnot, but y'all definitely need to hold these reporters accountable. One being Jason Lloyd. Jason Lloyd has been, talking trash about Shedeur since last year. The fact of the matter is, he is the leader of the clan, the Shedeur Hate Clan. I'm calling them the Shedeur Hate Clan. He's the leader. Now, we got certain people when the media is starting to backtrack and, get on board, but that's only because it's looking like Shedeur is possibly going to start week 1. And they can't go into the season bashing the quarterback. I appreciate you watching my videos every day. Somebody said, Joanna said, we got them every day, all day. Yes, y'all got to have them. So has it been announced that he's QB1 yet? No, but it's looking that way. It's looking that way. Based on the information that Todd Monken told us and based on everything that was displayed during his press conference, it looked like Shedeur is the man to be in the room. Based on the Cleveland Browns reporters, they'll tell you something totally different. I'm going off what the man say. Now, granted, do we got to report on what they say? Yes, we do, because us in the genre has a job to do. So I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm not in Cleveland. Never even been to Cleveland. Do I plan on going? Possibly. So I'm going to take what they say at face value because they're up there. But at the end of the day, us as Shador Sanders fan got to realize what they saying might not be the truth. So it's up to people like me and it's up to all of y'all to decipher what the truth is. Because if we go off what they saying right now, they saying that Ty Simpson is highly on their list. They're saying that a veteran quarterback could be coming. They saying Shador Sanders got to compete for the job, which we already knew that. But my whole thing about Shador Sanders competing for the job is this. How come when it come to him, he got to compete? How come he got to compete? Drake May ain't have to compete. All these other, Kyler Murray, when he was a rookie, he ain't had to compete. Tua ain't had, I don't give a damn that he was taken in the 5th round. He's a Johnny Unitas award-winning quarterback. We all forget that. The Unitas Award, he won that. So can we please give this young man the respect we give every other damn quarterback, white, black, blue, purple? The young man came out of college through over 4,000 yards. His numbers showed he was supposed to be a first-round quarterback. He came in. Granted, did he struggle at times? He struggled at times. Why did he struggle, y'all? He struggled because he didn't get no first-team reps. None. The Shedeur Hate Clan made it their mission to do everything in their power to sabotage that young man. And it worked a little bit because it gave off a narrative that Shador Sanders wasn't ready. Shador Sanders needed to be developed. That's the narrative it gave off. But those of us who have been here ain't just got here on the Shedeur fan wagon. We know what he's capable of doing. We seen what he did in Colorado. We seen what he did in Jackson State. Why? Time after time after time, when it comes to Shador Sanders, it's always standards. That's what I don't like. is that for this young man to be on the Cleveland Browns football team, we know Dan Orlovsky over at ESPN, even Emmanuel Acho, all these different big wig media people is going to say what they going to say. But you would expect the city that you play in, this is where you pay taxes at. This is where you garnered your fan base at and moved them to, because this is the team that drafted you. You would think the city would be a little bit more respectful when it comes to Shador Sanders. But day in, day out, we get these bomb-ass stories coming out from Mary Kay, Jason Lloyd, 92 The Fan. All of these different peoples, bro, do these stories daily. And they try everything in their power to tear this young man down. Now, I can't speak for everybody else. I truly can't. But when it comes to me, I'm not finna sit here day in and day out and react to all of their stuff, because it's a lot of stuff I miss because I'm working. You know what I'm saying? I'm working. Got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. We got a lot of things going on. But one thing I can tell you, though, is that they're making it their mission to make sure Shador Sanders' name is trash on his damn internet, especially in the city of Cleveland. They want to not let their fans embrace this young man for the greatness he has. Because it's greatness he got. Now, let me check out some of these comments. Somebody said CB fake news report lie daily. Somebody said, yes, Shedeur played well to not have any reps. Exactly, Yvette. He played very, very well. Shedeur ain't the only one they have done this to. Wow. Destroy black quarterbacks. How many times Tyler shot, bench sack versus Fields, CJ Stroud? Do the math. If FanDuel can start their own. Bro, the fact of the matter is, I don't think this is a race thing. Not in Cleveland. Not what we saying in Cleveland. No, I don't. I believe this is a Sanders thing. This is a Sanders thing. They hate Shedeur because of his name. They hate Shedeur because what he has brought, not only to the game of football, but to the culture, the African-American culture. He's almost like a folk leader, bro. In a sense. They hate the power this young man has to walk in a room and just move the entire room. Walk in the stadium and everybody like this. Everybody like that. In the entire damn stadium. That's what this young man has single-handedly done. How much time we had? We had 13 minutes. All right, y'all. So we finna go and get into this live, man. First thing first, we have to talk about this message Shedeur put out, because this right here is going to go over everybody's head. But me being John the Liquidator, I pays attention. Yes, I've been paying attention for a mighty, mighty long time. Let's head on over to Instagram, man. Pull up Shador Sanders' Instagram account, because this is the message he put out. Now, something I've been noticing this offseason with Shedeur, and a lot of people was talking about this, is that Shedeur really has not been doing a lot of content. He has not been dropping little videos of him working out like how he normally does. He has not been dropping any YouTube videos for real. Y'all want to know what that tells me? That tells me that Shedeur's locked in. Oh, he's locked in, ready to go. Oh, he's definitely ready to go. It's almost like the Energizer Bunny. He got a battery in his back right now, and he's ready to go. He see this. Y'all don't think they see this? Shedeur sees this. Y'all don't think Shedeur know what Jason Lloyd said? Because I can tell you for a fact he know what Jason Lloyd said. Jason Lloyd went in on Shedeur not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 or 5 times. We cannot forget what Shedeur did to a reporter, because I promise you right now, when it comes to Shedeur and this Jason Lloyd situation, I'm about to show y'all something before we get into the picture that Shedeur put on his Instagram. We cannot forget this moment right here. Y'all remember this moment? Who remember this moment right here? This moment right here, when he seen Tony Grossi, and he asked Tony Grossi, man to man, dog, what's your problem with me, bro? Y'all don't think when Shador see Jason Lloyd, if he don't be hiding. See, that's what be wrong with a lot of these people in this media game. They be hiding, bruh. I'm telling you what I know. I be outside. They be hiding. Tony Grossi had a little bit more courage. He wasn't hiding. Mary Kay, she ain't hiding. She stand on what she said. But he pull up on Mary Kay. But I promise you, this moment right here that he had with Tony Grossi was profound after that Panthers preseason game. This was a profound moment. And I promise you, damn near verbatim, when Shador see Jason Lloyd, he's probably going to spin the block on him, bruh. Why you say that about me, bruh? Man to man. What's your deal with me, bruh? I believe that could very much be the case when it comes to this Jason Lloyd situation, because this man has made it his objective day in, day out to ish on Shedeur. And it's sickening. It is sickening to hear some of the things this man have said about Shedeur, bro. I'll be one of the first people to tell you. Like, when it comes to their show, the Ultimate Cleveland Browns show, I can't even watch it, bro. Because to me, anybody that sit up there, talk about my partner, now I ain't going to get all belligerent with you, but I'm going to come out of character on the show, bro. I'm sorry. I'm going to come out of character because these people right here need to be held accounted for. Just like the partner did from Missouri, which I'm going to play that in a hot second. But let's jump into this, man. I know I'm all over the place. So Shador Sanders put this on his Instagram. How long ago? About an hour ago. Y'all see that? Who know what this is? Who know what this is? Y'all see this? This is what Shedeur doing right now, an hour ago. Shedeur is in the gym. He ain't in the gym play. Shedeur is letting you know subliminally he coming. He coming. He's coming. Be prepared. Be ready. He is coming. He ain't been saying a lot on the internet. He ain't been dropping no videos. He ain't been to Colorado. But y'all see what he just posted an hour ago. This was 60 minutes ago today. He let us know power moves coming. He working. This ain't no time for play. All the play could go over there. We over here working. We don't care about no damn Deshaun Watson. We don't care about none of these things y'all talking about. Only thing we care about is winning. And that's something this young man has been doing since high school, is winning football games. And I be damned if the Cleveland Brown media is going to sit here and not talk about this. Because I bet you one thing, though, y'all. I bet you they ain't going to talk about this. I bet you tomorrow morning on 92, because I know some of y'all watch it. On 92 The Fan, even ESPN Cleveland, the Ultimate Cleveland Brown Show, they might watch. The Ultimate Cleveland Brown Show might talk about this because they talk about what I talk about. That's why I be taking a break, because I want to see what they going to say. Or do they need me to help them report on what they got to report on? Somebody said they don't have enough to pay Ty Simpson. Bruh, he on a rookie deal. They can get him, bruh. He knows those demons are against him. They definitely against him. Bro, this is the type of post where a picture is worth 1,000 words. Because despite what everybody's saying in Cleveland, despite all of these things, this young man is in the gym working. He ain't said nothing. He just posted a picture. Last time we heard from Shedeur was 2 days ago when he said this. He retweeted this. Saw no results, still woke up and chased them. Y'all know who say that. See, all the real ones, y'all should know who say that. Oh, Sakin say that. This was the last time we heard from Shedeur. He ain't said nothing. But he's subliminally talking, letting us know what he's doing. Now, shifting gears here. See, this is what the people need to do to people like Jason Lloyd. Listen to this.
Real quick. So the problem for you, Mr. Jason Lloyd, is everything that you're saying, there are all pros and pros that break down film that can refute what you're saying, and we can see it. You kind of acting like the government right now. You know what I'm saying?
What are you watching in film that refutes what I'm saying?
So there are,
because I can show you a Deshaun Kaiser highlight reel from his rookie year where you would think he's an all-pro.
Oh,
and that
I'm
was
not
his
talking
1 year
about
as a starter.
Deshaun Kaiser. I'm talking about Shador Sanders. There are different people on the internet that break down his film, and Chase Daniel, one of them. You know what I'm saying? He my quarterback from Missouri. He break down film to refute things that you say, and there are other quarterback coaches that break down that refutes what you're saying.
Is Chase Daniel in the Browns locker room?
So I'm getting to that point right there.
You better hurry up.
There are other people online. Whenever they say good things about Shedeur, they bring names. You bring I heard.
Answer the man, Jason.
I mean, I don't know what you want other than my track record of 25 years.
See, this is why, right? This is why these Cleveland Brown media people, when it comes to real people, I'm going to just say real hitters. When it comes to real hitters, they don't want to see us on the platforms. They want to hang the phone up on old boy. They don't even want to talk. This is why they don't like people like me. They don't like real hitters. You know, this is why you don't see Liquidator on people's shows. This is why I'm a real hitter. And you better be about that action on that microphone. Because if you ain't about that action, they're going to hang up the phone. They're going to mute you. They're going to do all these different things. Because they ain't about what they be talking about. Now, let's finish listening to homeboy. Finish listening to the homeboy. Talk to this man. Because as of right now, he want to hang the phone up.
I don't know what else to say.
I mean, the people who say good things about Shedeur, they name names, and we
answer the man, Jason.
I mean, I don't know what you want other than my track record of 25 years. Like I don't know what else to say.
I mean, the people who say good things about Shedeur, they name names, and we can see them online.
Because
the mystery people that you talk to, you don't put a name to whoever you talking to.
Okay. All right.
Thoughts?
No.
You're not going to answer the man?
What do you want me to say, Ken?
Jovan, thank you very much for the call.
I showed you the text during the break.
I don't want to see the text.
Did I show you the text during the break?
I'm not answering that question.
Did I show you the text during the break?
I do not recall.
Yes or no?
I do not recall.
Yes or no? Yeah, you saw the text.
Fifth Amendment,
I invoke my right to invoke the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never had to say it, so I don't know how to say it.
Exactly. Like, come on.
So that was a couple weeks ago, right? When the gentleman from Missouri called up there. Now, you would think after Jason Lloyd had that type of situation, he wouldn't say nothing messed up about Shedeur. But I'm here to tell you, he did it again recently, today. Or yes, no, I believe he did this today. Now, I'm about to play this clip. I'm finna play this clip from y'all from today. Now, this was on the Ultimate Cleveland Browns show today. Let's play this
What
clip.
would it take for you? What would you need to see that would be the most important where you would go and say, after 2026, I think the Browns might have found a quarterback? What does he have to do statistically or and specifically for you, the eye test as well?
Does the offense pull its weight? Number one, because the offense didn't pull its weight last year. So is the offense functioning at a high level? Is it thriving? And it goes back to what I said. You know when you see it.
Right.
Is he throwing picks on early downs? Is he taking sacks on late downs? Is he holding on to the ball too long? Now there's quarterbacks. Caleb Williams holds on to the ball really long, and then he makes really good things happen at the end. Part of the reason, if his advanced metrics were great, everybody would love him. The fact that they aren't good is why everyone's like, screw them, they don't mean anything. Well, the reason.
Who is everybody? Fuck advanced metrics. Be a little bit more detailed. This was from today. He's talking about advanced metrics. He's talking about all these different scenarios, all of these different things. But he's not making any sense. Because last I checked, Shedeur was holding on to the ball because he was running for his life because he ain't had no offensive line in like 3-4 years. That's what I thought. The last few teams Shedeur played for, when he was in Colorado, it was the worst offensive line in college. What was the Cleveland Browns offensive line last year, y'all? Tell me I'm lying. Did the Cleveland Browns not have the worst offensive line last year? Yes or no? Tell me I'm lying. When he was at Colorado, did the Buffs not have the worst offensive line? Tell me I'm lying. I'm sick of them, bruh. He hung on to the ball too long. He's throwing picks. Why? Why is he doing these? Be more detailed, player. Y'all get on these shows with these damn platforms. Y'all be on here lying to the people. Why he holding on to the ball so long? How is the offensive line? I don't want to hear nothing about no damn Joe Paterno because he was on that horrible-ass offensive line too. He was out there too. That was the worst offensive line in the damn league. Want to hear nothing about him holding on to the ball too long, throwing picks. The hell y'all talking about, bruh? Y'all on, bruh, in Cleveland, bruh. They talking about, bruh, but let's finish listening.
The reason they got there is because he was throwing interceptions on early downs and he was taking sacks on late downs. And when you take sacks on late downs, it takes you out of field goal range. It takes you out of the ability to go for it on fourth down. This is all the game of on third down. Do you put yourself in position to go for it on fourth down now, or if you take a sack on 3rd and 4, well now it's 4th and 8. Now you got to punt. So it's those times.
Mr. Jason Lloyd, Why did the Browns have to punt the ball so much? Why did they struggle on third down, Mr. Jason Lloyd? They struggled on third down with Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur. Why is that? Why come the Browns couldn't score 20 points for like the first 5 games? Why come, Mr. Jason Lloyd? Why come they was one of the worst teams on third down way before Shedeur ever got to play? But now, since Shedeur the quarterback, it's a problem. There's an issue here. Fuck the offensive line. He's the problem. Because that's what you're telling the people in Cleveland. You're telling the people our offensive line wasn't really that bad. Shedeur was the problem. Shedeur threw 10 interceptions. It's not the wide receiver's fault that they didn't catch the ball. Tell the truth. If you're going to get on here, tell it all. Don't get on here and say he the problem and he threw 10 interceptions. He had a passer rating of 56%. Tell all the story. See, that's what bothers me, is that they get on here and they try to convince the people in Cleveland that Shedeur is a liability. He's not an asset. He's a liability. He must not be too much of a liability because they damn sure keeping him. I have not read a report yet from nobody. See, this is what the Browns media is scared to tell us. They ain't going to tell us that they ain't finna get rid of Shedeur. No. They're not finna tell us that they finna trade Shedeur. Want to know why? Because they know it's something there. Todd Monken, Andrew Berry, yeah, granted, they going to mess up and get other quarterbacks. They're going to do all of these set things that they said they going to do. But I tell you one thing for sure, they ain't finna let go of Shedeur. Tell me I'm lying. Let me know, have y'all seen an article today? Have y'all seen a media person today? They talk all this stuff about Shedeur daily. Daily. Oh, he this, he that, he all these different set things. But I don't think I heard, time the Browns finna get rid of Shedeur. Why? Why? Why they ain't getting rid of Shedeur? Hell, we're even hearing that they finna be drafting a quarterback in 27. Okay, if they draft a quarterback in 27, right? We hearing about things taking place next year. Why we ain't hearing about them getting rid of Shedeur? Y'all don't think that's a little weird? Because I think that's a little weird. Somebody said Browns are excellent at getting their players injured and having antenna paying their salary, i.e. Deshaun Watson, $46 million for years. Jason Lloyd is doing nothing but lying, and he act like the people is not watching the game. He's a fool. I want to tell you who he really is, but I won't. Tell it. Speak it. Speak your mind over here, dog. You can say what you want. Fuck them people. I'm going to tell it like it is. Let's
types of things. And that's why, again, it goes beyond the numbers. But does he have command? I do think that there's guys who believe in him. I've never doubted that at all. I just think that I see a lot more problems than I think other people do. And we'll find out. Like, we got 6 months. We're going to see.
Now, that was Jason Lloyd today, y'all. That was him today. Somebody said they want Archie Manning, but they will leverage Shedeur to get him. No. This is a make or break year for Arch stock, bro. Now, I'm not saying Arch ain't going to be like that because he definitely very much might be like that. You know what I'm saying? But the Browns ain't finna trade Shedeur, bro. I cold-heartedly do not believe that they finna let go of Shedeur at all. And that's that, bro. Now, let's move on to another topic of the video, and that is Tony Grossi, bro. Tony Grossi got on air today and stunned the world, dog. Tony Grossi went on his podcast today and said, you know what? I might have to eat crow, bro. Because I'm going to rock out with Shedeur. Somebody said Arch is not coming to the Browns. Can't take Doug off. I don't know what that means, bro. Shedeur brings the media that Cleveland hasn't had in years. Exactly. And everybody capitalized off of it up there. That's why they making these stories, bro.
Up, Tony, I want to start with here from a quote from one Tony Grossi on the Really Big Show earlier today.
Let's listen.
I turned the corner on Shador Sanders. I think he deserves every chance to be the guy. Tony, you got everybody fired up with that. What's going on?
I was misquoted. No.
No, I tell you. Y'all remember this. Everybody seems to forget this moment right here. See, this moment means that, I got a little bit more respect for Shedeur. Because Shedeur didn't come to this man as a thug. Shedeur didn't come to this man on some, I'm going to beat you up when I catch you. He really just asked him a question. Man, why you say that about me, bruh? Come on, bruh. Now, Tony Grossi looking at it different this year on this go around. See, Tony Grossi is realizing, damn, I've been lied to. He's not none of those things y'all said he was. Of course he ain't. Of course he ain't. None of those things y'all said he was. Duh, we been knew that. But it took for y'all to understand that. See, it's a reason why people follow this young man. Of all ages. Shedeur got a fan base of all ages. I don't know too many NFL players that got fan bases of all ages. It's down to little kids. Hell, even your grandmama rocking out with Shedeur holding her wrist up in the air. That's a profound movement. People don't follow trash players. Now, for these people to get on these platforms and say all these different set things, it's easy to me, man. Crazy to me that they get on here and they say all these things, knowing this man is got all these people behind him, knowing that it's going to create shock value. Let's finish listening to Tony Grossi today, because I damn near applauded Tony Grossi today. Let's listen.
No, here's what I meant. Like last year, I wouldn't have said at all he deserves to be the guy. What I'm saying now is he deserves the opportunity to show if he's the guy. Or I wouldn't, he was fourth last year, and I thought that's the way the pecking order was established. So
now the question I would ask Tony is that what make last year different from this year, Tony? Huh? What persuades you? Because that's not what persuades you to now rock with Shedeur? Because last year, he didn't get no first team reps. You was gun-ho about Dylan Gabriel. You was on board with your boy Dylan. But now, you feel a little different. Why you feel a little different, Tony? What changed? What changed? This moment. What did this moment right here do to your intellectual properties in your brain? What did this moment do? I'll tell you what this moment did to Tony. Tony realized I've been lied to. Now, I don't know what type of relationship Shedeur has with any other Cleveland media people. It's really none of my business. But what is my business is what they say about Shedeur. And somebody need to be a real hitter. Somebody need to be a real hitter for Shedeur. Because it seemed like it ain't a lot of real hitters for Shedeur. if you know what I mean. If you're picking up what I'm laying down. Now, let's finish listening to Tony today.
I am very curious to see what Monken can do with Shador Sanders, given the fact that he showed improvement over the course of his 7 starts. He matured as a professional football player, I thought, and a professional quarterback. Now we need to see a lot of improvement on the field, to be honest with you. But I think that the mechanism is there for him to show what he's got. I think it's a very important year for Shedeur, for sure.
Where do you think the Browns are with Shador Sanders? Because, they post him about on social media all the time, which, is interesting, but it's like, Shador, he's very popular on social media. Where do you think the Browns are with him?
Well, I still don't think they're giving the full commitment, the Cam Ward commitment that Shador, spoke of last year.
Yeah.
That you're our guy and we're going to build a team around you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that commitment is there yet. I think Shador has the opportunity to earn that commitment this year. But I think the Browns feel that with a new offensive philosophy, fresh coaches, taking a look at him, that he's got as good an opportunity as he's going to get to be the guy.
What do you think made the Browns come? Because I think, one, Tony, how did you arrive at this? Like, is it because the Browns didn't really add to the room and like you're seeing Shedeur as like the best option in your eyes, or like where
Tony,
did you arrive at this? And then I want to go off.
How did you get here?
Yeah,
Tony?
I mean, the Browns' actions, they have done nothing at quarterback. So they're going with this quarterback room primarily. They'll add a 4th, I assume. But as I've said before, he's not going to be a contender for the starting job. So it's basically going to come down, I think, to Shedeur, Deshaun Watson. I think Dylan Gabriel's not entirely out of the picture, but based on the way Shedeur improved, I think he's moved ahead, obviously, of Dylan. I don't think Stefanski leaving means Gabriel's totally out of the picture. Most people assume he was his and only his guy.
He was.
I disagree. I think Andrew Berry drafted him and still has said he thinks Dylan's got a good future. However, the way the season ended last year, especially with the 2 wins at the end of the year, I think showed the Browns that we got to give them another chance to prove it, because that 2027 draft, there's a deadline there. You have to make a decision next year.
Now, we all remember this little photo right here, right? This right here, right? Let's go back to this. Let's go back to this. So this is what they was talking about on y'all favorite damn show here. Not once did I hear them say Shedeur won them last 2 games. I don't watch the show, but from this little footage here, I can tell you they probably ain't talking about Shedeur winning them last 2 games. And to me, it looked like they're forgetting Shedeur won them last 2 games. See, this right here, the 56%, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, 19 total QBR. This is what they're talking about. They're not thinking about those 2 damn games, because he very much won 2 games. If you was to ask Myles Garrett, the star of y'all football team, how he feel about Shedeur, I bet you'll get a totally different response. But let's go back to Tony.
Whether you participate in that quarterback draft or not.
What do you think led the Browns to, from all indications, not really participate in this quarterback draft, or even they didn't really seek out outside options either, even though Andrew Berry and Monken both kind of said that they would look at it, but it doesn't seem like they didn't seriously look at Malik Willis. They didn't, and like all that kind of stuff.
Well, I think the other factor is Deshaun Watson. He's in his last year. He presumably will come to off-season program totally healthy from his Achilles injuries and surgeries, and they're paying him anyway. They won't, they feel that this year's quarterback room might not be the final answer, but it's the answer for 2026. And Deshaun is very much a part of that room. I think there's going to be a fair competition, and whoever wins will be given a long rope to show what he's got, whether it's Watson or Shedeur. If Shedeur doesn't beat out Watson in camp, I don't think. I think his future then will be cloudy after this season. If he
I really think Shedeur's future is going to be cloudy. Now, something that is cloudy now, because Tony just tweeted this out about an hour ago. Now, this is breaking news right here live on the channel. So, breaking news, bruh. It's here. It's unlocked. It's the latest edition of Hey, Tony. Would Arch Manning decline to play for the Browns? Who told you that, Tony? Why did Tony just put this out? Is Tony trying to kill the Arch Manning story before it even gets started in Cleveland? Tony Grossi just put this article out an hour ago. Let's read it. Hey, Tony, would Arch Manning even agree to play for the Browns? Now, he say, prior to the 2004 draft, Eli and family, which we know, he was drafted by the Chargers. You know, Pops basically said he ain't going to the damn Chargers. Do we think Arch Manning is going to do the same thing with the Browns? I think hell yeah. The Cleveland Browns is the quarterback graveyard. It is what it is. I said it. They're the quarterback graveyard for the league. Everybody know it. It ain't no damn secret that they the graveyard for the quarterbacks. And me personally, I feel bad that Shedor's there. I wish he would have went somewhere else. But if that's where he at, that's where we at. You know, that's where we posted at. Because I'm a strong believer. Wherever Shedeur go, I go. So until he goes somewhere else, this is where we at. Now, I don't want to bash the Browns organization at all. No, I don't. I just want to bash the media, bro. Because it's the media that create all of these different storylines. And that's what we're finna do today. React to all of these different stories. So this from today, 92 The Fan. Let's listen.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
We're gearing up for the OSU Pro Day. How about yourself?
Oh, yeah, that's tomorrow, right? I always get these things mixed up, but it's tomorrow, I believe. So, yeah, I'm ready. Although I don't think the top guys, I mean, if I'm Sonny Styles, I am not lifting a finger while I'm there, you know? So there are a few of those guys. I think maybe like Caleb Downs has some stuff to do, right? But most of them, I think, probably stand on what they did in Indy, right?
I think that's fair. I do think it's interesting, though. Like, this is a pretty loaded top 10, top 15, top 20 for Ohio State. And if you ask me right now, like, who has the most buzz on them in the draft, I'd lean Arvell Reese. But so from your perspective, who do you hear most about from this Ohio State team and the hopefuls?
Well, I think the guy who's going to go highest is probably Arvell Reese. I think the guy who's created the most buzz is probably Sonny Styles. And then the guy who is probably considered the best like prospect, if you take positional value out of it, would be Caleb Downs, which to me, like,
fast forward.
let's say, hey, we deserve to be, you know, in that rarefied air in the 40s as well. JSN, $69 million fully guaranteed. I think he gets somewhere, and I have to look at this again, but at halftime of games or getting guys riled up, it's just not his style. He is very much himself that way.
And I think they clickbaited us on this one, man. That's messed up, bro. So going back to Shedeur, before we get off of here, I don't believe he posted nothing else. Let's see. Has he posted anything else? Nope. Going back to this, right? Shador Sanders let everybody know what he planned on doing. And the fact of the matter is that he planned on working. He's telling us he's working. He's subliminally letting people know he's working. He know what he got in front of him. He know what he got to do. And it just sickens me, that we still dealing with this. Now, this is something that they talked about earlier that I wanted to react to, that I came across, is this right here. Let's blow this up. Wow. No sound? Hold on, y'all. Listen to this, y'all.
It has nothing to do with off the field. We're not talking about getting in any trouble. We're
great on him, and then he ends up getting taken in the fifth, and his fan base,
I really want y'all to hear this.
Wondered about a conspiracy, wondered what was going on in the NFL that he could fall that far. You use the term character. What specifically are you hearing? Because since he's been here, I got to defend him. He has been so likable. He's been out in the community. He seems to be a guy putting in all the work from everything we've heard. What were you hearing character-wise?
All right. It has nothing to do with off the field. We're not talking about getting in any trouble. We're talking about was he totally committed to being a great quarterback? You watch the tape, again, everything I'd been told that from a talent standpoint should go no further than the third round. There was no conspiracy, folks. It's such complete nonsense. For people who are plugged in, people who talk, for folks who cover the league, or if you talk to coaches and front office executives, you heard stuff. Because I was kind of surprised. I mean, fifth round was ridiculous. But there was
Now you heard him say the fifth round was ridiculous. Now all we was hearing all last year, well, he's a fifth round quarterback. Oh man, he's a fifth round guy. He got to wait in line. Now this year, oh man, Shedeur got to compete for his spot. He got to compete against Deshaun Watson. He can't get the Cam Ward treatment. We're not ready yet. But wasn't this the same young man, like I said before, the Johnny Unitas, award-winning quarterback, projected to be first-round quarterback? Now you're talking about, oh man, I was surprised. Oh, man. Make it make sense, bro. Because it ain't making sense to me right now. Let's listen.
It's a sense that, is he committed to being a great player? Is he totally committed to doing it? And now, everything I'd heard last season was good. Around the coaching staff, they were happy with his progress. And I know Andrew Berry drafted him. He wants to see him do well. And it's just a situation. Guys just don't drop because of happenstance. Like, it's not like 32 teams wake up. You know what, guys? Let's just not draft him in the first 4 rounds. It doesn't work that way. There's always a reason, no matter what conspiracy theorists think.
Well, I got to ask another follow-up to that, because that's Adam Kaplan joining us, NFL insider, host for SiriusXM and Inside the Birds. Greg Cosell works for them for Inside the Birds. They had a breakdown of the film and Ty Simpson, that dropping today, right there, Adam? Is that right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
In fact, you know what? Greg told me, I remember, I said, hey, what do you know about Shedeur? He goes, I love this tape. Greg really thought, I just remember it distinctly, because I had heard some stuff about Shedeur before the draft, just about, how serious is he about being great? And the league kind of told you what they thought. He dropped to the 5th round. But Greg told me that the tape was pretty good. Greg only goes by what he sees. He's not into the chatter, the rumors, and that stuff. I just remember he and I exchanged notes after the draft, and I said, Greg, I understand from if clubs don't trust you, you're going to drop that position, especially that position. But he's never been in any trouble. Like it's just right. It's still surprising. I'm just going to be honest with you. I hope. Look, I do hope that he winds up being their starting quarterback, and it works out. And because Browns fans have been through so much. I've covered this business 27 years, and the Browns a lot. I've done a lot of work on the Browns over the years, and unfortunately, they've really never gotten a right quarterback, as you well know.
Well, and there was another little snippet in there, Adam. Was it a requirement for guys who were interviewed to be open-minded for Shedeur to be the starter this year? Is that what I'm to take from that?
No, it wasn't. But let's put it this way. This is from coaches I spoke with. If you thought Shedeur could not even compete, if Todd Monken, for instance, we haven't even talked about Monken. If Monken was totally against it, I can't imagine he would have gotten the job. That's my opinion based on the people I spoke with. We'll never know for sure. But everything they've done so far at the quarterback position, which has been zero, as you know, Watson, we know about the Watson situation. Dylan Gabriel is a backup. Shedeur's got way more talent than Gabriel. Now, we haven't gotten to the draft yet. If they don't draft the quarterback in the first 2 rounds, they've already told you where this is headed, that Shedeur is going to absolutely compete for the starting job. And there's nothing out there. Aaron Rodgers isn't come to Cleveland. There's not a quarterback right now that's out there on the street, and as I open my Excel file here, I'm looking at who's out there. There's nobody. Kirk Cousins. I'm not saying they're on Cousins, but there's no quarterback out there on the street that could say, yeah, he's going to be the starter. So what they've done so far, and we're talking about Andrew Berry here, the general manager, would tell you without saying it, I want this guy to compete for the starting job. That's where it is right now, but we'll see what the draft tells us.
So now, as we're, by the way, talking to Adam Kaplan right now, one of the NFL insiders. So the Browns are sitting here at number 6, and everything I hear from the pundits are that this is not your typical year, your premium positions. You do not have elite prospects, but that doesn't mean there aren't going to be really solid players there. So the Browns certainly still need a left tackle. They certainly still need a wide receiver. Does it make sense to just run up to the podium and take Carnell Tate?
See, the thing is, guys, you have to make a decision at the receiver position, especially. This is not, and I know with Greg, we're actually going to tape the receiver and tight end show tomorrow. If you're looking for a receiver, the beauty is going to be the eye of the beholder. That's the way I would see it, and we're still 4 weeks away. That's based on the.
I believe they get Jordan Tyson out of Arizona. I believe the Browns get Jordan Tyson. He has familiarity with Shedeur. He played with him in Colorado. He's a dog. I believe they get him, bro. And they get him. They develop him. They build their core around Shedeur and get some of the guys he played with. Figure out a way to get Jimmy. Figure out a way to get LeJohntay. Try to figure out a way to get Will Shepard. Try to get these guys that Shedeur already have chemistry with, because it'd be that much easier to win football games. That's just my take on that with them and this wide receiver thing.
Coaches I've spoken with, it's not on paper. It doesn't look great, doesn't sound great. There's depth to that position, but it's just not that. It's just not that type of draft. To me, they don't need an edge rusher. We know that, but edge rusher to me is a position. If you really look at overall right now, I'm looking at my board. I'm looking at the positions that you would go with early. Tate Tate's going to go. He should go in the top 20. Jordan Tyson is mixed reviews on him. Do they go with look, left tackle? Again, it depends on how Berry sees this. But the thing that the Browns have to do, I wish we had more time to talk about this because I got a lot more on this, but what the Browns have to do is they've got to rebuild this offensive line. I understand that Berry's done that to a certain degree, but really when you look at
he the first one to see it, bro. It's the line, y'all. The line is the problem. And certain people in the media is not saying that. Ain't that what those of you who've been watching the live since the beginning, what did I tell y'all the problem was for the Browns? They're blaming it on Shedeur. That's the narrative that they're painting, that he's not the guy. They're forgetting about all the third down plays Flacco missed. They're forgetting about all the interceptions Flacco threw. And let's not talk about Dylan Gabriel. The fact of the matter is the Browns have an offensive line problem, wide receiver problem, not a quarterback problem with Shedeur. It's smoke and mirrors, y'all. Shedeur went out there and proved he could win football games. They need wide receivers and linemen. Y'all got a quarterback. Check it off the box. You got a good defense. Check it off the box. You needed offensive linemen, wide receivers, special teams. And y'all could be a plus 500 football team. Simple. It's not rocket science, bro. But the Cleveland Browns media will tell you Shedeur is the problem. They ain't speaking about this offensive line. When all they've been signing is offensive linemen. Something that stick out to me and no one's talking about that I spoke about earlier is that the Browns themselves, like the organization, they ain't said shit. They ain't said nothing. They ain't said nothing bad. They ain't said nothing about nobody. They've been keeping it real. Somebody said, what are we watching people Jason Lloyd wasting time? I don't know, bro. You must be just now getting here. But they ain't said nothing, bro. Let's finish listening because he told the truth. He told
this thing. Titus Howard, I get it. They extended his contract. Zion Johnson got a big deal. He got a big contract. But Elton Jenkins will at least be a starter for 2 seasons based on his contract structure. They need more talent on the offensive line. They have very little depth. I want to see a big-time left tackle. Andrew's got to get a look at that. And he knows from working in Philly, nobody has done a better job of building an offensive line for well over a decade than his mentor, Howie Roseman. That's why they've won 2 Super Bowls under Howie.
I did want to ask you, because of your Philly connections, and obviously you're observing them, this show had a field day, as did other shows in town, with the Jalen Hurts discussion, and then Tanner McKee.
All right, y'all. So that's pretty much it with them guys, man, over there. Something that I want to talk about in closing is moving forward, man. Moving forward as we get closer to OTAs, be prepared for the different headlines that is about to be coming out, because the battle is about to begin between Shedeur and Deshaun Watson. That could be why we have not heard from Shedeur in a mighty long time. That could be why we ain't heard from Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, I don't think he's been posting none either. But the fact of the matter is there's a battle that's about to take place in the city of Cleveland. And I want you guys to pay close attention, eyes open, ears open to what they finna be saying, because we can only talk so much. That's why, like, I kind of took a break, because it's like beating a dead horse, bro. You just, we know these people know what it is, bro. That's why they ain't saying Shedeur finna leave or nothing. They know Shedeur gonna more than likely be the starting quarterback. Why they doing these different things, I don't know. But me being a media person, I got to report on it here on the channel. It is what it is, man. Todd Monk can rock out with Shedeur. He killing all rumors that Shedeur ain't the guy. He proved that when he first got there, dubbed him up. We tried to draft for your ass. He let us know right then and there what the situation was. And the fact of the matter is that Shedeur is about to prove himself. And I want the people of Cleveland to know, y'all got a quarterback. That ain't the problem. The problem is your offensive line and wide receivers. Quit listening to these people, man. Talking about we just got to see. There's nothing to see. You seen it already. Get Shedeur offensive line, you will see. Since you want to see so bad. Get him a good offensive line, and we're really going to see. I'm talking MVP type numbers. MVP type numbers. Because let this offensive line be good, bro. A little bit good. Shedeur is going to have MVP type numbers, bro. I promise you, bro. But everybody in Cleveland media are going to be praising Shedeur holding their damn wrists up then. Watch. Just watch it all play out. Shedeur in the lab, getting ready for the season. We cannot forget this message he put out. He let us know what he doing. And what he doing is getting ready to let us know that he's about to wreak havoc on the NFL, man. It just is what it is. Just so much hate that this young man get is beyond me, man. But a picture says 1,000 words. Appreciate you guys rocking out with me here on the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And I'm going to start posting more videos, y'all. I am. I'm going to start posting more videos. And until next time, man, y'all already know how I'm rocking. Hold your wrist up. Shake the damn hate.